Hello everyone and welcome. Today this is just a short little video to show you how to use my DIY mandala segment stencil. This is just for making those lines on the stencil. If you guys have been following my videos lately, you know I have upped my segment game. I want to add more segments to my larger mandalas. So I came up with this little stencil that I'm going to go ahead and make available on my Etsy page for you to download right now. All it's going to do is help you make the same segments or lines in your guidelines that I'm making in my videos. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First thing we do is cut this out. The rest is just instructions and it's not intended to keep, but you can if you need it. The second thing we've got to do is we have got to poke holes or cut out all of the red dots in this little stencil. There's lots of ways to do this. In the past, I've just used an awl or in my compass. I have used a small hole puncher and so many other things. The bottom line is you just need to put a hole. But I have found a new tool that makes this so much easier, and I have got to show you guys. If you're using any of my DIY stencils, any of my mandala brainstorms, this little tool might just save your day. It is called a screw hole punch. I think it's commonly used in things like leather making, but I just come upon it and it has a little tip in it that's 2.5 mm. And it is perfect for all of my little DIY stencils. Let me show you how to use it. If you don't have one, that's okay. I'm also going to show you how to use the awl, the compass, and the hole punch. It's so simple to do. Before I start using this screw hole punch, I'm going to get out my crafting cutting board. It's just a little cutting board that I keep in my art room just for stuff like this. When you use this screw hole punch, it's going to leave little cuts and nicks on the surface behind it. So make sure you have something back there that you don't mind ruining. All you do is take this little tool that I will totally leave listed down in the description so you can get one if you want. It came with several little tips, and the tip that I have inserted right now is a 2.5 mm circle. I'm going to take this whole deal, I'm going to hold it to the red dot, and I'm simply going to push down. The tool does this little screwing motion, and voila! The hole is gone. You guys, it is the coolest thing. If you've been punching these out with your awl or your compass or what have you, this is nearly a miracle. I kid you not. Look how it works. I think what I find attractive about this tool is that all these little circles are so clean cut. You guys have been watching my videos, you've seen my little DIY stencils, and you know I just poke holes all in them with my awl, or maybe I'll use my little hole punch and go around the edges with the ones it'll reach. But this is really, really nice. I've redone all of my stencils with it. It's awesome. I'll leave you a link for this one that I bought here down in the description so you can get one if you want. I don't think it was very expensive and it is worth its weight in gold for me. But if you don't have one, don't worry. We still can use the awl, we can use our compass, and all the things we have right at our desk anyhow. All you have to do is take a sharp object and poke in each hole. You can make the hole as big or as small as you want. You can use an awl, you can use the end of your compass, whatever works for you. If you have a little hole punch, it'll work great for the holes all the way around the edges. It just doesn't reach all the way into the middle. Just line up the hole punch with your red dot and punch it right out. You'll get a good clean hole that way too. My problem with the hole puncher was it just didn't reach all the way to the center of my DIY stencils. All right, hopefully you have a good idea on how to make this DIY stencil, but you might be wondering, how in the world do I take these dots and make these lines? Well, let me show you. Once you find your surface and you mark out the center, you're going to take your DIY stencil and you're going to line the center hole up to your center point. Now, all you have to do is mark little lines through all of the circles. I'm just basically connecting the lines. The part that I cut out, I'm replacing with my watercolor pencil onto my mandala surface. Once you're finished, it will look just like this, and you're completely done with this stencil. All you need now is a ruler that stretches the distance of your mandala surface. Now, if you're just wanting a 16 segment mandala, all you have to do is use the outer marks and connect each mark through the center to its existing counterpart on the opposite side, just like that. If you're not using the center marks, you do this all the way around the entire mandala. It's going to give you plain and simple 16 segments in your guidelines. So that might leave you wondering, what are these center marks for? Well, let me tell you. You guys, I designed this thing for my own personal preference. When I used a lot of segments in my guidelines, I loved having all the extra segments around the edges of my larger mandalas. It helped me stay on track, a whole lot less guesswork. It was super helpful. However, towards the center of the mandala, there were just so many lines and I got so confused. I found myself just ignoring the guidelines and eyeballing it. And y'all, that's the whole point of having guidelines, is to use them. So what I did here is I put these extra marks in and it tells me where to stop and start. So I only get half the lines in the center. It turns out looking a little something like this. All of those extra lines from the outside, they stop there in the center, about the 3 centimeter mark, which gives me some pretty normal looking guidelines in the center and all of the extras on the outside, and I love that part. Okay, so that is all this little stencil is going to do for you, you guys. It is not going to put the rings on your guidelines or do anything else. I don't want to be misleading. It's just going to help you get the same line segments that I'm using in my videos. All right, but I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to get your rings on there without having to buy a thing. You guys, you can make your own compass. I have a full video on this. I'm going to leave it down in the description so you can find it. You're going to use this DIY compass to make rings all the way through the guidelines. You can also use your compass or however it is that you're currently making rings around your mandala, and you can make them any space you want. In my videos, they're almost always going to be 1 centimeter apart if you're trying to follow along. And if you notice, when we get down to the center, there should be a line right at the 3 centimeter mark, and our little guidelines are going to get much simpler. I love the looks of this. It's absolutely perfect for what I need, at least for now. Maybe I'll evolve one day and do something different. Anyway, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you download my stencils. It's a great way to support my channel, and I really appreciate it. I'll leave links for everything down in the description. Go click those links, and until next time, rock on.